In a world built on laws and order, justice is meant to be blind. But what happens when the system itself looks away? When truth becomes inconvenient, and power decides who gets to speak? That is where our stories begin. Every day, around the world, lives are changed not by fate, but by failures of empathy, of honesty, of accountability. People lose jobs, freedom, families, and sometimes their lives, because someone with power decided their pain did not matter. These are not just crimes. They are the quiet injustices buried beneath headlines, the moments no one remembers except those who live them. Shadows of Justice exists to bring them to light. Here, every story matters, whether it happened in a small-town courtroom, a crowded city street, or behind the closed doors of an office where no one dared to speak. We speak for the unheard. For the whistleblower who risked everything to expose corruption. For the woman silenced after reporting abuse. For the man who spent years behind bars for a crime he never committed. For the families still waiting for answers that justice refused to give. We tell stories the way they should be told, not as headlines, but as human experiences. Because behind every case number is a heartbeat, and behind every statistic is a face that once smiled, once dreamed, once hoped for fairness. Some of these stories are real. Some are dramatized to protect identities or capture deeper truths. But all of them are inspired by what happens when truth is ignored. In these shadows, you will find the strength of survivors, the courage of those who fought back, and the haunting echoes of those who never got the chance. You will see how systems built to protect can sometimes destroy, how silence can wound more deeply than words, and how one small act of resistance can ignite a movement. This is not about fear. It's about reflection. About asking ourselves what justice really means, and who gets to define it. When a woman is punished for defending herself, when a child is ignored because of where they come from, when a worker is silenced for telling the truth, justice isn't just delayed, it's denied. But stories have power. When told, they challenge. When shared, they heal. When remembered, they demand change. And that is why this channel exists, to remember, to challenge, and to remind. In every episode, we will take you into the moments that reveal humanity at its darkest and brightest. We will walk through unsolved mysteries, explore cases of social discrimination, and tell fictionalized stories inspired by real acts of courage and betrayal. Some tales will anger you. Some will move you to tears. And some will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about fairness and truth. Because justice is not always written in courtrooms. Sometimes it's whispered in the streets. Sometimes it's found in a confession long after it's too late. And sometimes, it never comes at all. But we will keep searching for it, in every corner, every silence, every forgotten file. Welcome to Shadows of Justice. Where every injustice hides a truth. Where every truth deserves to be heard. And where you, the listener, become part of the story, because awareness is the first act of justice. So listen closely. Reflect deeply. And remember, the next story could be yours. Subscribe, and step into the shadows, where silence ends and truth begins.